welcome back to my channel. This is the day 5 outlook for the winter storm for the DC metropolitan area. As we can see here, there are multiple warnings and advisories and even small craft advisories listed for the immediate metro area and further beyond. So let's start with the winter storm warning. If you live in the mountains, such as Harrisonburg, the Shenandoahs, Winchester, and in the Shenandoah Valley, and the Allegheny Front, as well as the Valley and Ridge, you are under a winter storm warning. You can expect around 5 to 8 inches of snow, especially in the higher elevations and along the I-68 corridor, and a pretty thick glaze of ice around 0.25 inches, and in some places even up to half an inch along the ridge tops of the Shenandoah. And rain may mix with snow in some areas, but it may not. Meanwhile, in the more immediate DC metro area, we do have a winter weather advisory for areas such as Albemarle County, Spotsylvania County, Fairfax County, and Loudoun County, as well as Montgomery County. We do have a winter weather advisory. We are expecting multiple scenarios of wintry precipitation to occur, starting as freezing rain and snow, which will create a really slushy condition initially, change over to a brief period of snow, and then change back into a mix by around 11 to 12 p.m., and then finally end as rain from 1 p.m. to evening, and precipitation will stop. We are expecting, as we can see here, around less than 1 inch of a coating of snow in the metropolitan area and in the immediate beltway, and the higher the totals, you need to go into the mountains. And actually, event total ice accumulation. This ice map has been expanded into the DC area, so we are expecting around possibly 0.1 inches of ice in this yellower area, and again on the higher ridge tops of the Shenandoah, we may be expecting around possibly half an inch of ice. So all in all, this will be a pretty slushy event, as well as some high winds too, evidenced by the small craft advisory. So this may be one that we may have to look out for, as we can see in the snow, not the Doppler radar here. So as we can see, this storm actually, if we can scroll out here, this storm is actually right here in Mississippi and Arkansas and Tennessee. And as we can see, it continues to move forward, first into the southern Appalachians, the Great Smoky Mountains. And as it continues north, it develops into freezing rain encroaching through southern Virginia. Richmond may possibly be getting some freezing rain and snow, and heavy snow in the mountains of West Virginia. As this event continues to progress into the early morning and morning hours of Sunday, the initiating event will be freezing rain and some slightly heavier snow. And as we can see, I-95 on Google Maps, if we can scale it to the same resolution, travels along Fredericksburg and Woodbridge, and we are seeing a plethora of winter events such as freezing rain and actually some heavy snow. So this may or may not be freezing rain, it might actually be snow. And as time continues to shift forward, the DC area has snow and rain mix. This is snow and rain mix and some sleet in between, and still some of that freezing rain and snow, probably some slushy conditions along this line right here. And as time continues to move forward, snow is still inside the beltway, but this dot is further out east and outside from the metropolitan area, and this is heavy snow. All of it is heavy snow along Culpeper, and actually some of it in the beltway along Rockville, Silver Spring, and Leesburg, Reston. As time continues to progress, and as you can see, the I-95 corridor is basically clear, but it may still be pretty slushy around here, and this may still be a line extending from that way. And as time continues to progress, by 10:52 a.m., the snow is actually starting to clear out. Areas such as Linton Hall are starting to switch over to rain, and most of this may be freezing rain by this point. This could be a layer of freezing rain right along here. And as time continues to progress, the rain snow line continues to be further pushed into the north and west, most likely on a line right here. along this axis right here, maybe along the bend of Great Falls, Lowe's Island, and Great Falls Park. This area most likely would be freezing rain. And in the immediate metropolitan area would be freezing rain to rain. And as time continues to progress, there are some isolated pockets of freezing rain, so this is somewhat maybe a concern because this freezing rain may actually be a line extending along here into Linton Hall. So areas of Culpeper and these areas, because there aren't really high elevations here, this may be a concern for freezing rain. And as time continues to progress, this freezing rain is still here, most likely now restricted to this portion of Albemarle County and out to Leesburg along this line by 1:56 or around 2 p.m. And by 2 p.m. it should absolutely switch to rain along the Beltway area, and this is the Beltway. And as time continues to progress, we can see the back edge of the precipitation coming back in. There's basically no freezing rain. It's probably going to be a line of freezing rain and mixture along the Shenandoah valleys and ridges. And as time continues to progress, it's still going to be rain, and now by 4 p.m. only the ridge crests are getting sleet, and only west of the ridge crest will be getting any wintry precipitation. And the back edge has passed Augusta County. As time continues to progress, rain is going to end by 5:30 to 6 p.m. from southwest to northeast, and as we can see, a large area of freezing rain has developed. And this may be a modeling error or not, we just don't know yet, but these are splotches, so freezing rain may actually redevelop along this area since it is getting colder as time goes on. And this would be freezing rain. If any rain would be here, the line would be around here. And this storm continues to move further north into Pennsylvania and Connecticut and the like. And there's actually a pretty severe winter storm threat in this area. So if you do live further north in New York City, this may be a concern. And by 8 p.m., this system has completely cleared out unless you are in the mountains along the Allegheny front, which is blocking a lot of snow from intruding into the metropolitan area. So this may be watched later on. There may be an additional 1 to 3 inches of accumulation in this area. Thank you for watching and stay tuned.